played poorly over the last few weeks. Another poor start tonight could sow some seeds of doubt. So an important few minutes coming up in an important game. And Gran Canaria with the opening possession. Long-range shot is off the mark, but they pick up the rebound and try again. It was far from convincing possession, and ends with Toby taking an awkward landing on his shoulder. He is a very important player for Gran Canaria. The team's leading rebounder, in fact one of the leading rebounders in the competition, 6.2 per game. After shots were off the mark, Brasino from long range. Now we have Wolves with their first possession. Cowan giving it to Jorgela, and a powerful attack to the basket. Powerful rebound as well. It's real hustle, but in the end, to no avail. And now going down and seriously hurt, it seems, is Joe Thomason. Play's going to be stopped so that he can get some treatment. Two Gran Canaria players down injured in the opening two possessions. Thomason seemed to go over on his ankle there. And Toby's hurting as well, which seems to be separate from the shoulder injury he picked up initially. So physical misfortune for Gran Canaria early on there. We see the collision that left Thomason down. I'm not sure what happened to Toby. He was out of the play at the other end. And he looks to be much worse for the wear, and Jakalakovic has to make a change at centre straight away. Thomason also will head to the bench. So the plans of the visiting coach having to be immediately changed. George Condit IV will come in the paint, and Caleb Holmesley in the backcourt. So a scrappy start. Jeffrey Taylor now will penetrate. Work back for Cowan. Looking for a pass. He's able to find Blažević, who's spinning, and again, and able to maintain his balance and get a clean shot away. Well finished by Marek Blažević. The first basket of the night. So Olbasi now with Holmesley alongside him in the backcourt. Schöner. He's back for Olbasi, who nearly loses out, scrambles away for it and does lose out. With Taylor for Cowan, who is quick, and his pass allows Miniotas to finish. And so it is Wolves off to the fast start here. And Gran Canaria's offense misfiring so far. It hasn't helped that they've had those two injuries to deal with. There's Olbasi, who lost the ball on that last possession. Holmesley. Condit kicked out for Brasino. And again, an unconvincing possession from Gran Canaria. And Cowan. Handed off by Blažević to Jorgela. And now Taylor. Getting a screen and switching now. Kicks for Cowan. Patient possession, but missed in the end by Blažević. Olbasi into the corner for Holmesley, and getting it back is Olbasi. Burst of acceleration draws the foul. And that will be on Miniotas. Olbasi. Still they can't score. It's 0 of 5 from the field now for Gran Canaria. Blažević hands off to Taylor, guarded by Brusino. Blažević featured very heavily in the offensive plans of Wolves so far. Now it's worked for Jorgela. He can't score. Blažević gets a hand on it, asks for possession. The referee grants him that. Blažević is causing all sorts of problems in the paint so far. 3 rebounds. He's also taken on 3 shots, only one of which he was able to convert. And Jakalakovic wants this one looked at again, being beaten up at the moment. And they don't get the benefit of that decision either. Brusino's guilty look was because he did touch it. And here's Jeffrey Taylor with the opening 3-point strike of the evening, and it's a 7-0 start for Wolves. Condit is still out there for now, no return of Toby just yet. As Holmesley gets another 3-point attempt away, again it's no good. Blažević first to the rebound, and here's Jorgela going in transition and throwing it down. Matas Jorgela. This scintillating start from Wolves continues. And Jorgela, the home team, 3 of 5 from inside the arc. And there's Thomason and Toby both forced off early through injury, which they remain sidelined by. We'll see how much time Gran Canaria get out of them tonight, if anything. Olbasi getting it back from Holmesley. Here's Brusino going up against Taylor. Good defense so far. Holmesley going baseline, and it's turned over again. Condit just wasn't ready for the pass. Here's Cowan dancing around the baseline. And back for Jorgela. Looks like he wants to go one-on-one against Schöner. Unloads to Taylor. Off the mark. But the most encouraging thing for Wolves, perhaps offensively, is here is finally the first score. Caleb Holmesley receiving the pass from Olbasi and putting it in. But for Wolves, the most encouraging thing is that their key offensive player hasn't scored yet. Here's Blažević. Strong play again from him. As I say, nothing yet from Anthony Cowan. Not even taken on a shot. With the leading scorers in the league, hasn't been needed yet for Wolves. Gran Canaria need more of that. Holmesley's finish, as Blažević will take on the first free throws of the night. Very prominent start to the game from Marek Blažević. He averages 8.5 points and 4.3 rebounds. First game for the season. He clearly might push up more than both of those today. Holmesley fouled in the act of shooting. So he's single-handedly trying to drag his team back into it. Holmesley, the only player to have scored for Gran Canaria tonight. Missed last week's narrow home defeat against Juventud Badalona. Back in action now, very good long-range threat. Could only split his free throws there, as Jorgela does well. And draws another shooting foul. Let's play physically, Gran Canaria, and slow the game down. They excellent defense, but Lovely whistle for the foul there. Schöner to the bench, and in comes the Frenchman, Pierre Pelos. Another dangerous shooter from long range. Smoothly done by Jorgela. Gran Canaria now with Condit on the dribble. It's back for Olbasi. Pelos trying to set a screen for him. Olbasi into Condit. And that's a strong finish from him up against Miniotas. Barreled his way to the basket. And starting to find some offensive production now, Gran Canaria. Here is Blažević driving through and one. They continue to look for him on every possession. Getting plenty of touches of the basketball, plenty of involvement. He's up to 6 points and 3 rebounds now, with potential to add another one. And that will be the first double-digit lead of the night. First chance to make it an 11-point game. Still very early, but Gran Canaria have got to be very careful they don't leave themselves a real mountain to climb, as Blažević goes up to 7 points personal. Still Olbasi. Holmesley. Pelos back for Holmesley. Nowhere to go, so he fades away. And it's a tough finish. Very well executed by Caleb Holmesley. Gran Canaria be grateful that he's performing at the level he's found since he came into the game. Jorgela for Blažević. Again they look for him, and again he gets the shot and is fouled by Condit, which is his second. And that is a concern, especially with Mike Tobey's return questionable. So they've got one big man injured, another on 2 fouls, and Jakalakovic reacts quickly by bringing in the youngster, 20-year-old Massamba Diop. Very frustrated Condit. Well, he'll have to watch probably the remainder of this first quarter and a fair chunk of the second from the bench. Facing him is very inexperienced young player. Diop played just 5 games this season, averaging less than 6 minutes per game. Depending on how badly Tobey is hurt, he may see a lot more than that tonight. The lead keeps growing. Wolves stay perfect from the line. Change now in the backcourt, with Carlos Alocen leading the play for Gran Canaria. Also in now is Miquel Salvo. He's off the mark, but gets his own rebound, spins and will try again, and one. So determined play by Salvo. Wolves will be frustrated they didn't get this initial rebound. It seemed as though 2 of their own players collided. Garrison Brooks just come into the game. He got in the way of Jorgela there and ended up being whistled for the foul. He's replaced Blažević after a really outstanding start. And we see now Arnoldas Kulboka coming in. Andrews also in the game for the home team. Jorgella gets it back to Cowan. Still hasn't taken on a shot yet. He finds a nice pass here for Brooks, and that's good use of the body to free himself for an easy finish. Garrison Brooks keeps this Wolves offense motoring. Now Alusen getting a screen from Diop, and the shot is dropped in well by Pelos. They've given up their obsession, their early obsession with three-point shooting of Gran Canaria. Missed all 5 of their long-range attempts, and they have found inside game as well in the last few minutes. Now this is really worked. Cowan's first shot finally, and he's cold. They'll get another chance though. Andrews spins, fades away, off the glass and expertly finished. And this is a player who missed all 10 of his field goal attempts last week. So welcome return to form, and now another and one. We've had a fair few of those in this first quarter. Holmesley staying hot for Gran Canaria. He will go back to the line after this excellent finish by Andrew Andrews. Kulboka attracting the whistle there. And Jorgella will take a break with Treshawn Thurman coming in. So the 5 on the floor now for Wolves are Cowan, Andrews, Thurman, Kulboka and Brooks. Can't be many first quarters this season that Anthony Cowan has been held scoreless. There's a nice pass for Brooks, who just let it get away from him, and it's blocked by Diop. The youngster going up strong, and now in transition, Holmesley looking for a 3, can't make it. Strong rebound pulled in by Thurman. Cowan looks to get away from Alusen. Thurman for Kulboka, a 3-point shooter, is off the mark. Final minute of the first quarter. Gran Canaria threatening to come back into this one. Here's Diop, kicks it out, wide open. Holmesley finally makes the first 3 of the night for Gran Canaria, and it was only going to be him. He has 11 of his team's 18 points so far. And now the response from Cowan is off the mark. Diop continues his active start by grabbing the loose ball. And they can pull it back to a 1-possession game here at the end of the first quarter, can Gran Canaria. No fouls to give. But it's the man with the hot hand, Holmesley, taking on another one. It's no good. Andrews rebounds it. And there'll be one more chance for Wolves to stretch the lead back out. Cowan. Andrews. He wants to take it in himself. Gives it out for Cowan. Has it blocked. And that will end the first quarter. Carlos Alusen got his hands on it. Anthony Cowan Jr. is frustrated as he heads to the team for the big man. 9 points, 3 rebounds. He starts on the bench as Christopoulos Zemaitis comes into the game for the first time. 28-year-old. As Andrews for company in the backcourt. Here's Zemaitis. Going baseline, and football is played, so it will still be Wolves ball. Wide open is Kulboka. He is off the mark. The long-range woes continue. Both teams 1 of 8 from deep. Holmesley staying out there. Alusen. Diop looks to set the screen for him. Alusen switching on to Brooks, and now the pass inside for Diop. That is very well finished, and it's been an extremely impressive start from the young man. He's getting extended playing time tonight with Mike Toby injured. His first score there after getting a rebound and a block already earlier on. Thurman back for Andrews. Off the glass and in. Not quite sure he intended it that way, but Andrews was 0% from the field last week. Tonight, so far, he's 100%. Things can turn around very quickly, but now an offensive foul against Diop. My bad, he says. But Andrews got a much-needed triple for Gran Canaria. For Wolves, I should say, excuse me. Their second of the night. Now Brooks. Andrews. Works on for Zemaitis, who fakes the pass. Won't get the shot to go, but can grab the rebound. And now the long-range attempt up from Thurman. They won't get another offensive board. And that is missed by Salvo. And Alusen, slowing it down, commits the foul. Gran Canaria, remember, with George Condit picking up 2 early fouls after Mike Toby could only last 58 seconds before an ankle injury. He hasn't returned yet, neither has Joe Thomason. We have a technical foul here on Alusen, which allows Andrews to go to the line. Call that a shooting foul as well, so back to the line for Andrews. .84% from the line this season for Andrew Andrews, who is a real well-travelled performer across European basketball. Played for Panathinaikos in the Euroleague. Spent last season in Spain with Juventud Badalona. Also played in Turkey with Darüşşafaka and Bursaspor. In Israel with Maccabi Haifa. Travelled around as Andrews. He's having great success tonight. Up to 9 points without a miss now. Alusen for Pelos, and back for Alusen, who spins back out. Salvo on to Pelos. On the buzzer, the shot was no good. Good ball movement, though, from Gran Canaria. Nothing wrong with the possession. They worked it well for the open shot. It just didn't go down from Pelos. Now here's Thurman. Stops for the mid-range shot. And rebounded by Alusen. Looks to go full speed in transition. He's fouled on the floor by Zemaitis. Which will be his first. Diop, nice move, and a good finger roll finish as well. Looked as though he wanted to go up initially for a dunk and then changed his shot in mid-air. Very nicely finished. Bit of a breakthrough night for Diop. And what about Andrews? Just keeps on firing. Stays perfect. He's up to 12 points now. The lead is back up to 10. Here's Alusen. Nice pass. Salvo can finish. And it looks like Alusen is the latest to be hurt. After he unloaded the pass He has gone down underneath the basket, and this doesn't look good either. A Gran Canaria team who've lost 2 was absent last week. And he's back in form after 4 straight games of only scoring in single digits, but so too is Andrew Andrews. I won't say it again, but worth remembering, he went 0 of 10 last week from the field in his team's loss at Besiktas. And he is flying along with 14 points now, without a miss. And I think that's a 3-second violation on Diop. He's already had his best night of the season, 4 points. In all his previous games, he hadn't scored more than 2. Alosen gets worked on. Jakalakovic finally giving Holmesley a bit of a break. He's played nearly every minute so far, but Albasi will replace him for now. And the good news is that Joe Thomason is back on the floor, so he is able to overcome that early injury. Andrews open, wants another one. Oh, it looked like it was going to go for him. There's a very good rebound taken by Diop. But Andrew Albasi back in at point guard. Wolves stubbornly pushing the lead back out to 10 points. Here's Thomason. Albasi. Now a spin and a score, very well finished by Pelos. Had the space to attack one-on-one and used it well. Kuboka. Has a size advantage here on Thomason. Finds the pass for Zemaitis. Won't go. Both teams struggling from long range still. That's a good full court pass though, and gathered by Salvo, who finishes to make it consecutive scores for the visiting team. Andrews held up by Salvo. He'll have another chance now from the corner. Andrew Andrews, having just missed his first shot of the night, next possession gets straight back on it. He's 17 points now, 5 of 6 from the field. The only entry pass goes in to Salvo, who's fouled this time by Zemaitis, his second. Andrews with the high arcing shot. What confidence he's playing with tonight. Did him so good to get that early score. See the return of Cowan and Blažević, possibly the 2 key players for Wolves. Blažević going up against Diop, who remains out there for Gran Canaria. Albasi wants the 3, short. Diop continuing play with great productivity. Now that's a long 2 that's off the mark from Schörner. He remains scoreless. Andrews certainly isn't. Hounded there by Thomason and now turned over as Albasi steps in and is fouled in transition. He wanted to be able to continue there. The Frenchman saying, I still had control of the basketball, why not let me continue the dribble? Minotas go to the bench, and I think we're going to have a review here of a possible unsportsmanlike foul in the general direction of the ball. Of course, he wanted to commit a foul as well, but it's not unsportsmanlike. Here is Thomason, rattles around and out. Thurman hands it off to Cowan, still scoreless, as is Thurman. 2 of the key offensive weapons for Wolves haven't given anything yet, haven't needed to. Blažević, great hands from Thomason. making the steal and looking to go all the way for finding Schörner, but he's off target again. 0 of 3 from long range. Gran Canaria 1 of 12 all round. Thurman remains scoreless. He gets the loose ball and was fouled as he did so. He's got there a little bit quicker than Diop. That might be, if it's on him, it's his 3rd foul. So they have real problems in the big man position now, with Diop up to 3 fouls. Condit, who's on 2 already, and Mike Toby out of the game injured, as is Carlos Alucen right now. So might have to be a little bit creative, Jakalakovic. Here's Blažević wide open after a lovely feed from Cowan. Blažević up to double digits in scoring, and he just had no one anywhere near him. The lead also back up to double digits. Wolves have kept it that way for most of the game. And that's lost by Condit. Andrews wants another 3. Won't go. Condit rebounds well. And here's Thomason going around the screen of Condit. Getting it back from Albasi. Fouled by Nyotas. His 2nd, one he was happy to take. After a sensational 2nd quarter, Andrews will go to the bench. And Matas Jogela will return. He had a good start to the game. Plenty of players contributing so far for Wolves. Here's Mehdi Nguma in the game for the first time for Gran Canaria, and Thomason is certainly in the game. He's been full of energy since he returned following his early injury, and now he's got his first points with the 3, just the 2nd of the night for Granca. Oh, that was a risky kick out by Thurman. Cowan committing the foul in transition. No, it's whistled in fact as an offensive foul on Nguma. He just pushed off, and a technical as well. Said a few words too many. Better stop now, don't want a second one. So it's the offensive foul and the technical. Yeah, you can't tell the ref they need glasses. It's going to get you a tech every time. And Tresean Thurman takes advantage by getting his first point of the night with the technical free throw. And now here's Cowan, still scoreless. Thurman into Jogela, who drives baseline. Good defense from Thomason. Going in transition. Nguma. Condit comes to set the screen, but Thomason. The shot is way off the mark from Salvo. That's not his shooting range. And now Cowan. Last 90 seconds of the first half as Blažević drives well but can't finish. Get the offensive rebound though. Looking to stretch the lead back to double digits. Cowan, you know at some point he's going to go off. This could be that point. No. Condit with the rebound. And a long pass was asking far too much of Salvo. And here's Cowan finding Thurman, who can't score. Tried to be fancy with the reverse. Maybe should have gone for power. So unpunished, Gran Canaria for their inability to score at the moment. Just one basket in the last nearly 4 minutes for the visiting team. That triple from Thomason. Comes Nico Brustino back in the game, scoreless in his first 6 minutes of action in the opening quarter. Thomason will try to reduce the deficit by 2 in the final minute here of the first quarter. Cowan, Miniotas, Thurman, Jorgela and Blažević in the game for Wolves. Toby doesn't look like he's getting back in the game anytime. 5 of his 7 attempts from the field, plus 4 of 4 from the foul line, 14 points. It's not just last week that he struggled, he's been really under his best for the last month or so. In fact, from long range before tonight, he made only 1 of his last 18 attempts over 4 games. So of course tonight he goes 3 of 5 in the first half. And maybe that will improve because he's back out there for the final couple of possessions. As Cowan for company, who's not scored yet. 4th leading scorer in the league. The ball in his hands now. Anthony Cowan Jr. lays it up and off the mark, but drawing the foul was Blažević. And Thomason's got to be careful. Seen a couple of technicals pulled on Gran Canaria. Thomason didn't like the whistle. He needs to make sure it's not more heavily punished. Blažević gets himself back to the line. He's made all 6 of his attempts. In fact, Wolves all round have been flawless from the line. 13 of 13. That's not an unlucky number as they add another. Coming in for their defence now, Matas Jorgela and Jeffrey Taylor. Wolves will get the ball back again. Now the break would look very differently. So often the case that the way you finish a half determines the way you start the next one. So, a couple of big possessions here. Andrews manages to get the turnover. He forces Thomason into the half-court transgression, putting his foot on the halfway line. Great defense from Andrews. And that is a 9th turnover on the visiting team in this first half. So that's the first part of the equation executed to perfection by Wolves. And they're now going to score to finish it. It will be 6 or 7 seconds for Gran Canaria as Thurman goes from deep. Won't score. Still 10 seconds, and maybe they could have taken a bit more time off the clock there. Thurman scored a field goal tonight. Still was confident. Is Olbasi finds time for the pass inside, but I'm not sure there was, in fact. Schöner off the mark. I don't think it would have counted anyway. Olbasi probably had to shoot that himself. And that rather sums up a disjointed first half performance from Gran from the beginning. He has 2 fouls. Massamba Diop, the other available big man, has 3, with Mike Toby unlikely to return. There could be personnel problems there for Gran Canaria as we go on. Here's Blažević. Pass a tough one inside, just about finds Jorgela. Now Cowan looking for Blažević. That pick and roll is broken up though, and here is Holmesley. And he has it blocked. He's asking for goaltending. In the act of shooting, Cowan got the foul. That's not the start to the half, but Wolves wanted a turnover, and now a chance for Holmesley to go to the line. By far Gran Canaria's standout player in the first half. Starting again in the same way. They only split the free throws, and the rebound is taken by Miniotas. Here's Cowan. Now he penetrates, and there it. No, it's not. Thought it was automatic. As Blažević has it swatted away. Great defense from Brusino, but Cowan will be wishing he could have that one back. As he got the penetration, it looks just a formality that he'd score. Blažević picks up the rebound after he missed. And there is Brusino swatting it away. Here's Olbasi dancing around on the perimeter, stops and from the free throw line misses. Well rebounded by Miniotas. It's 5 for him now. Cowan and Blažević on to Jorgela. And Cowan again. He's got to not get frustrated. Let the game come to him. It will. He's going to score his points. He can get another assist here, and one as Jorgela strikes the 3. Just got a feeling Wolves needed that. Oh, and it's even worse for Gran Canaria because it's on Condit stepping out to commit his 3rd foul. No, actually it was Brusino who went to the wrong man there. So his 2nd, but it was a score that Wolves needed. Their first points of this 2nd half after a slow start. Jorgela striking from deep. Brusino get away from Taylor, who is met by the offensive foul, and this one is on Condit. The moving screen. Signalling to the bench there. He's saying, no, don't take me out. Leave me in here. But he's on 3 fouls now. So get yourself a technical. So they've got 2 big men on 3 fouls and another injured. Condit does get his wish to stay in the game. Cowan almost turns it over. Schöner was going for that one. And he'll have it again now. 5 on the clock. He'll drive and kick to Taylor. Tough shot. Off the mark. Rebound is contested by Blažević and falls to Miniotas. So they'll start again. And it's Jorgela. Beautiful feed. What a lovely wraparound bounce pass that was from Matas Jorgela. And finished by Blažević. And the lead is up to 14 now after that 6-point flurry. Now Holmesley, the only player who's able to do anything at the moment for Gran Canaria, adds another. He's the only player who's scored yet in the 2nd half for the visitors. And just can't get a run going here. Taylor, tough shot, falling away, won't go. Tipped in by Blažević. What a game he's having, up to 17 points now. 5 of 8 from the field, plus 5 rebounds. He's dominating the paint, taking advantage of the problems that Gran Canaria are having there. There's a foul on Taylor. Former Real Madrid man, of course. Playing an important role for Wolves at the age of 35 now. Condit. Holmesley looking for Condit with the alley-oop. Nice connection on the pick and roll for Holmesley to Condit. Now Cowan. Blažević again. I just wonder if Condit is playing a little bit soft on him because he's aware of those fouls that have been totting up against him. What about this evening of Marek Blažević? Holmesley continues to be a one-man team. He makes the 3. just as well he's doing that for Gran Canaria, otherwise they'd be out of sight. He's up to 17 now. Cowan, and there is an offensive foul on Blažević. See again that alley-oop. Perfectly tossed up by Holmesley. We might try again here. He's one-on-one against Blažević, who fouls him on the floor. And that will be the second foul on Blažević. No concerns for foul trouble at all for Alessandro Magro. None of his players have more than 2. It's Holmesley with the floater. This time it's off the mark. Who's going to get the rebound? They're both contesting it. Schöner and Mignotas both believe it should be theirs, and the ref don't know, so jump ball. Both touched it together. Together and talk about it. Did anyone see that? Nope. Even in terms of height between these two. Mignotas and Schöner. In 3 minutes for Gran Canaria, 2-7 in the last 2 minutes of the game. Stand patiently for the dump ball. Jakalakovic wants to know why not just gone to his team. There we go. And it's won just by Mignotas. Powerful game with 6 rebounds so far. Cowan, it comes off his foot. Taylor can't take it cleanly. And Brasino, say, does not agree with the whistle. Nor does Jakalakovic. And it will be Wolves' ball. And it'll be Jogela. Back up for Blažević, and Cowan still scoreless 25 minutes in. He does have 5 assists, but he will not like being on 0 points. He still is. 0 of 7 from the field. Quick outlet pass is just about taken by Brasino, who will now work it out and take on the 3 himself. Condit battling away, and he finishes with the foul. So George Condit, strong play in the paint from him. Had the alley-oop a few minutes ago, and now that offensive rebound that he put back in with a chance for a 3-point play as Gran Canaria enjoy maybe their best spell of the game. Wolves have benefited from the best performance of the season from Marek Blažević. He's in his best form of the season. The previous 2 games scoring in double digits. That was the first time he'd done that, and he's surpassed his previous efforts tonight with 19 points and 6 rebounds. 19 points is his career best. Young man who I feel is just going to get better at the age of 23. Had 33 EuroLeague games for Žalgiris early in his career. Waiting now at a high level in Eurocup. The 3-point play was completed by Condit. And now Thurman back in for Wolves. Cowan shifts it on, and Miniotas throwing it up on the buzzer. They get it back, and Andrews recycles it. Cowan. Miniotas driving in, and that is going to be a foul on Schörner. Tried to put his body on the line for Gran Canaria. Have picked up defensively in the last few minutes. Only one basket in 2.5 minutes for Wolves. Blažević can add more from the line here. After Schörner called for the foul. And he's still perfect from the line, 8 of 8 now. Four of his rebounds have come at the offensive end, which is another career high for Blažević. Takes it back to a 10-point margin. It's been all him in this second half. He's scored the last 8 points for his team. It's Holmesley doing a similar job for Gran Canaria. Shot clock running low as he switches on to Thurman. Good defense. Oh, but good offense beats good defense, and that was great again from Caleb Holmesley. 19 points now, 5 of 6 from 2-point range. He's keeping Gran Canaria afloat. Now Cowan looking to distribute. Finds the pass for Thurman, an awkward shot off one leg, but he gets it to go, and that's his first field goal after 5 misses. And he's a player who can score a lot in a hurry when he gets in the mood. Back to another double-digit lead. Just keeping the visitors at arm's length are Wolves. As Condit drives. Can't score this time, but the rebound can't be pulled in by Kulboka. Very quiet game so far. No points or rebounds or assists or steals or anything positive from Kulboka. So Diop returns. Condit gets a breather. He's done well to stay on only 3 fouls, having played on that for about 5 minutes. And now it's off the mark, but a foul on Thurman as Holmesley misses. That's a silly one, really, because it just gives free throws to Salvo. They're in the bonus. There comes Mediunguma. Wasn't able to make much impact in his brief stint in the game in the first half as he picked up 2 quick fouls. He will replace Olbisi, who is another one who remains scoreless tonight. A lot of players with 0 points, so you wouldn't expect that from. Olbisi, Brasino, Cowan. Yet to score, Kulboka as well. Andrews scoreless in the second half so far. Finds the pass for that's Blažević handing it off, and coming through is Kulboka. Great team basketball, and he's off the mark now. Lovely pass from Blažević. Azunguma finds Pelos. He can't get it to go, and Andrews in transition now. That's a foul that Pelos was willing to take in transition, even though it'll result in free throws. Now Nguma getting caught in the face by a flailing hand of Andrews. The referees might want to look at this just to see if there was any Violent play seemed to be from Andrew. Quicker to the ball. It was a painful blow for Nguma, but no blame can be attached to Andrews. So it will be him going to the line after he then was fouled in transition by Pelos. Chance for his first points of the second half, and trying to keep Wolves perfect from the line. They are 18 of 18 now. Those little details help to explain why they've got this double-digit advantage. Also got more offensive rebounds, fewer turnovers, slightly better conversion rate from long range, and the lead up to 12 now. Thomason against Andrews. Diop comes to set the screen. It's kicked to the corner for Pelos. Finds a pass for Schöne, who steps on the line. Schöne salvo. Gran Canaria have never been able to really put a run together. They've had the odd moments where they've had a 2-7, something like that, but nothing to really get back in the game. They've been behind all night. And Wolves clearly deserving of their lead at the moment, but they've got to finish the job here. Cowan. Thurman can't get the three, rebounded by Pelos. Taken in transition by Nguma. Thomason into Pelos, who are able to release the shot well above the attempt of Thurman to block it. Pelos' his third score of the night. Cowan seems to have given up on the idea of shooting for now. 0 of 7 from the field. He's got 7 assists though. This might be another called Boca. Can't get the three. Looked like he liked the look of that one. Final minute of the third quarter. Can Gran Canaria go on a little run now just to give themselves real momentum going into the fourth? Thomason driving. Fine pass and easily finished by Pelos. That was excellent penetration by Thomason. And Alessandro Mag, 2-point range tonight. And Gran Canaria overall have been very effective inside the paint. See Carlos Alacen already track-suited up, ready to head home. And hopefully he's not going to be out for too long. Back to the action with 40 seconds to play in the third quarter is Andrews going one-on-one and taking on the three. It's no good. Just about rebounded by Gran Canaria. Are they going to go on a run here? Is Nguma looking for a three and makes it? And this is their best run of the game now. It's a 0-7 charge that is threatening to change the complexion of this one heading into the final quarter. Can Wolves wrestle that momentum back? They've got Zemaitis in the game and Garrison Brooks. Here's Zemaitis off the glass. It won't go, but it's tipped in by Brooks. And how important that could be. And on the buzzer, there's no time for Nguma to do anything with it. But what an important tip-in from Garrison Brooks just to push Wolves back. So ready for the final 10 minutes. 10 minutes that could go a long way towards defining the remainder of the season for these teams in the BKT Eurocup. Gran Canaria get the first possession. Diop on the perimeter. Gives it to Pelos, and now Nguma will penetrate and has it rejected by Thurman. Still a bit of time, and it's finished well underneath the basket by Pelos, so they rescued that play. Back to a 5-point game. And Zemaitis finds Brooks. Well, Boca thought about the three. Andrews will think about a three as well if he can find a bit of space. He switches onto Diop. He'll like that one-on-one. Drives at him. And it's up and good from Andrew Andrews. Now, if he can keep doing that like he did in the second quarter, Wolves will win this game. And it's his first field goal of the half. Nguma up against him. Kicks out for Pelos, and now Thomason with the penetration, and what a putback that is from Massamba Diop. Maximum power from the 20-year-old, who's up to 6 points now. It's nearly lost by Thurman. Could get trapped here if he's not careful. He had Nguma all over him and nearly was able to force a turnover there. To the rim from Diop, getting there first for the putback alley-oop slam. Call it that. It wasn't a shot. It wasn't a pass, I should say. And Thomason still hasn't got a two-pointer to go yet today. And now an immediate turnover, and it's going to be finished by Pelos, up to double digits now. And that was sloppy between Zulbokra and Zemaitis. Diop commits the foul, which is his fourth. Being the negative of his breakthrough performance, he's had more than 14 minutes in the game with the injury to Mike Toby. Forced Jakalakovic's hand, really. Diop hadn't played more than 10 minutes any previous game. But this Wolves offense is falling away at the worst possible time now. Just that basket from Andrews in the first couple of minutes of the final quarter. I think they need Cowan back out there, even though he's not scoring. He orchestrates, he leads the team. He's got 7 assists on only 1 turnover, and they have been giving the ball away in the last few minutes. It's just a 3-point margin, and now it's not any margin at all. And Pierre Pelos is taking over here. He had the steal and slam. 15 points now, 7 of them in the opening stages of this final quarter. It's his best performance of the season. Previous high was 14 points, and now, finally, Cowan might get moving. Scoreless so far, but he was taking that one to the rim. Fouled by Nguma, so we'll have a chance from the line, and this could be crucial for Wolves to get their leading scorer in the game, Anthony Cowan Jr. He scored 9 points every game this season, at least 9 points, and generally far more than that. The average is 16.9 per game. Say 9 was his season low. Every other game he's reached double digits. Score. Do we have a shot clock? Not yet, but we have free throws, so required right now. So Anthony Cowan Jr., no points yet today. We know he's going to get his points at some point. And there's the first. Will that be the start of something that could lead Wolves to a vital victory in their pursuit of a top 6 place? He's missed the second though. He is off today. I'm going to say normally a near 90% shooter. No problems with the shot clock now. Gran Canaria with a chance to take the lead for the first time. Thomason's floater won't go. Rebounded by Thurman. He'll take it down the floor and give it to Andrews. Now Cowan, get himself going. Pass for Blažević, who drops it in. Marek Blažević continuing to dominate inside. 7 of 11 for his 23 points. And that is a miss from Nguma, but he's active to get it back. Now Thomason, back for Nguma. Oh, what a steal from Cowan! And what a way to announce his entry into the game as an offensive force, started from his defense. A brilliant steal. Looked like he was playing at twice the speed of everyone else to jump in and take it away from Nguma and then race down. Blažević. And then Cowan. Making Wolves take control again. There's a foul on Cowan. It's just his second, but don't have any foul concerns. Gran Canaria have Condit back out there, replacing Diop, who's on 4. So it's Condit who will go up against Blažević in the paint. It's Pellos, who had such a dynamic start to the fourth quarter. He'll try again for 3. He is on fire. Pierre Pellos up to 18 points now. And that's his second triple of the night. Here's Cowan, gives it to Blažević. He can't score. Pellos rebounds. Nguma fouled by Kulboka on the floor. As Gran Canaria look to level it up again. Nguma has injected a bit more drive into this Gran Canaria offense. He gets it in to Thomason. Screen set, and they get in the hands of Pellos. He's the star of the fourth quarter. It's Thomason who's short. Condit rebounds. Thomason will try again. Condit driving, and he'll have to go to the line after being fouled by Blažević, his third. So Condit will try and tie it up now. He's made his one previous trip to the line. Plenty of tension on the bench for Wolves. They've hit a bad run of form. Lost 3 of their last 4 games. This is a test of their belief now that they can get past a strong, if short-handed, Gran Canaria team. We're just joining us, Carlos Alacen and Mike Toby, both injured earlier in the game. Here's Blažević trying to force his way through, and he'll go to the line. Being met by Pellos, just his second foul. Could well be a game off free throws in the final stages, and if that's the case, it's looking good for Wolves the way they've been shooting from the line tonight. That is now 21 of 21 for the team. Blažević has 11 of them without a miss, pushing his team back in front. So Thomason and Nguma in the backcourt for Gran Canaria. Holmesley's back in, and he gets it in the corner now. Pellos thinking about another 3. Instead, he'll go from the free throw line, and he just cannot miss at the moment. Ties it up by advancing to 20 points. become a close battle now after 3/4 of Wolves' dominance. Jorgela, Blažević, Andrews for the 3. He's long on the shot. Condit can take it, and Gran Canaria have a possession ahead of them, which could see them take the lead for the first time. Holmesley will take on the 3. It won't go for it. So Andrews at one end, Holmesley at the other with consecutive 3-point misses. It's Cowan, who scored all his 3 points in the last 3 minutes of the game. Can he really get himself going? He finds Blažević, who finds Minotas, and that's a nice score inside. Good distribution again from Blažević. Thomason on the dribble. The 3 from Nguma would have been the lead, but it's no good. Minotas takes it. Time ticking away. Cowan again for Blažević, who will drive, and he's fouled, so we'll go back to the line today. What a repeated combination this has been. Those pick and rolls from Wolves. Cowan handing off, Blažević driving to the basket. Condit whistled for the foul, so he's on 4 now. He's going to stay out there. Nico Brusino will enter as well, as will Andrew Olbasi. Thomason going to the bench. Blažević stay perfect. Yeah. Look at those numbers now. 27 points, 6 rebounds for Marek Blažević. Trying down Jaka Lakovic. Andrew Olbasi now back at point guard. Pelos, so good in the 4th quarter, and he's fouled there by Minotas, to send him to the line. It's going to be a grind these last 3 minutes. They did have a foul to give, excuse me. That's 4 on Minotas now, so he doesn't have any more to give. And Andrews, this time too physical. Whistle and sends home to the line. Has missed a couple of free throws tonight. Caleb Holmesley, and another otherwise very strong performance. He's not missing that one. He does miss the second though. So, in a game that is so close, the perfection from the line of Wolves could make a difference in the end. And here's Andrews getting back to the line with the foul from Holmesley off the ball. Condit will go to the bench on 4 fouls. It's the same number as Diop, who may just now play until he fouls out. Remarkable shooting night from Wolves from the line. We're going to have to start looking at the records of free throw shooting. Only Cowan has missed one. Andrews keeps going. And he's up to 8 of 8 from the line now. And Diop needed to take on Blažević, gives it to Brusino. Gets the screen from Diop. Brusino, no, but Diop blocked. What a rejection from Blažević, going up with power to deny Massamba Diop as he was winding up a dunk. He's been outstanding offensively, and they're a big moment on defense as Cowan now will try and add to the advantage. He's one-on-one with Diop. Anthony Cowan driving off the glass, it won't go, but he's fouled, and that'll be Diop out of the game. A heavy landing for Cowan as Diop commits his 5th and final foul. And that'll be Condit back in on 4. Have a look at this rejection again from Blažević. Coming from the blind side and denying Diop. Blažević now 27 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, a steal and a block shot. As Diop fouls out. Condit back in. Cowan up to 4 points. And Wolves now shooting 27 of their 28 free throws. So the lead pushes back up to 7. Gran Canaria running out of time to answer. Albasi for Condit, who is fouled by Blažević. Foul number 4 on him. Mignotas also playing on 4 fouls for Wolves. Games in this group also in progress now. They're all relevant as well to the teams we're watching here. Only around half-time, so long way to go. These two teams won't even be thinking about what might be happening elsewhere. It's just about getting the win they need. Condit splits on his free throws. Move to double digits. Remember, he's on 4 fouls. Here's Cowan. Blažević. Back for Cowan. Wants to think about a 3. He'll drive instead, and he finds the pass, and it's finished by Mignotas. That's a 10th assist of the night for Anthony Cowan, and it's a basket that takes Wolves close to the win. They've done really well to flex them, just not being able to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and really push Wolves back. Home team always responding. It's Holmesley for 3, off the mark. Cowan will run in transition. Andrews will slow it down, that is sensible. Thought about the early 3, but time is on their side now. We're heading into the last 80 seconds. It's an 8-point margin. If Wolves score here, surely it's over. Andrews able to draw a foul, and that will be the last for Condit. His 5th, so he is out. As is the other big man, Diop. So not only do they have 2 players out injured, they have 2 more fouled out. And Andrews, who has 23 points already, will look to make it a double-digit game. He's 9 of 9 from the line tonight. Blažević is 13 of 13. They're the only 2 players in double-digit scoring for Wolves. Andrews rebounding from a tough night last week for Besiktas, where he missed all 10 of his 3 field goal attempts. But now that's surely it. 10-point margin into the last minute. Pelos will drive and dunk hard. Blažević was eager to make sure he didn't commit his 5th foul. Gran Canaria press, looking for a turnover, but can't get it. And Andrews will say, OK, we'll just bounce out some time. Gran Canaria not fouling it. So Andrews will take it all the way down. Why not? Even if he ends up missing on the buzzer, it will still be a decent possession because they'll have used up all the time. And if he scores, it will be game over. He can't do that. So 8-point margin. Gran Canaria need to score and score quickly. And Albacete will go to the line. Looking to get it back to within a couple of 3-pointers. In the final 27 seconds. Pelos up to 22 points now, approaching his personal best in this competition, which is 28, so he probably won't quite reach that. Achieved during his time with Bourg-en-Bresse. And Albacete couldn't afford to miss that first free throw. So the margin stays at 7, which makes a bit of a difference because it's 3 possessions instead of 2 if he'd made them both. Couldn't get a turnover, so Wolves holding on to it, and that will be it now. He's had an unsportsmanlike on Brusino. Finally they got the foul. It took them too long. They allowed the home team to run. Nearly 10 seconds off the clock there before eventually Cowan fouled. Has 10 assists tonight. And he can move up to 7 points if he makes the second free throw. Wolves 31 of 32. 32 of 33 now. And they've got the win. What a big 4th quarter show of resilience from Wolves. They lost a 14-point lead as Gran Canaria came back to tie it. But they've pulled away again in the final minutes. They've shown greater cohesion at both ends of the floor. Albacete's 3 is off the mark, and that will do it. Andrews will bounce out the final few seconds. They'll have a 3 on the buzzer, which will go. What a way to end it for Jorgela, just to rub a little bit more salt into the wounds.